honestly really great. I mean, coming from a place like New Orleans, you don't get to go like up a mountain or experience like such a high elevation, but this is like a whole another experience. It's great.
Our partnerships in Colorado and Utah are especially important to us because number one, it's giving back and relating and building relationships with people we'll actually continue to see.
I think it went really well. We did had some really cool days. Like we went over this cool pass called Darling Pass and also summited like a mountain that was like 13,600 feet, which is crazy, like way higher than I've ever been.
And it's an opportunity to build access in a space where that it can be pretty inaccessible. When we're able to work with a partner, it means that oftentimes we're collaborating on funding so that the individual students don't have to worry about where that money is coming from for the course, between our scholarship dollars and whatever our partner is able to contribute.
But yeah, I really liked it. And I really liked the ropes course. That was really scary, but like, I don't know, it's something that I wouldn't be able to do back at home. And I'm really excited and happy that I got the opportunity to do it here.
A day for our community partners looks like a mix of structure and also a mix of us customizing to your group and your experience. This is part of why I believe group partnerships are so important. Oftentimes with our open enrollment programs, we love the length of time we get with students, but then we don't get to see them again. In progressive programming, when we talk about partnerships that allow for student thriving over multiple touch points with a partner, that means that we get to see the same student, maybe as a 6th grader, a 7th grader, and then an 8th grader. A lot of our community partners come up for a day to several days. We lean into what we call the domains of thriving, our social emotional curriculum for all of our open enrollment and groups partnerships students. Those domains, what we call them, are just areas where we find students thrive in life and in our courses, and we're trying to build them skills to be able to thrive more in those areas of belonging, courage, physical engagement, and reflection.
I feel that it made me feel more closer to them, knowing that we all had the same goals and we all had the same fears.
So my confidence levels were probably pretty low at the beginning, but I felt like I did pretty good, and now they're pretty high.
The community that you build. The community is one of the strongest communities I've ever built, and I feel like there's a big diversity of people in this community that I've learned so much that I would have never learned back at home in Denver.
At Outward Bound, we hope that a lot of our skills are obviously transferable back to your community, back to your classroom, back to students' families. And within that, some of the things we focus on the most within our Domains of Thriving curriculum look like good group teamwork, group relationships, and that looks like leadership, communication skills, knowing when to step in and use your voice, when to step back and empower others to use their voice in a space.
I think the biggest lesson that I learned on this trip is that you don't have to pressure yourself into doing something that other people are also doing. You can easily find a different route to do the same thing.
We do a lot of work with conflict resolution, a lot of work with being able to give and receive feedback.
Communication is definitely very important. Like, you can't be subtle all the time. You really have to say what you need. I kind of learned to do that by, if somebody's struggling, you got to say something, and if you are, say it too.
Those are things that obviously take a depth of time to get to, and they're vulnerable conversations, which is part of why the progressive programming becomes so important, to be able to build trust over time. But with those skills, the ability to see someone else and their perspective with empathy, approach a conversation with compassion and curiosity, we believe is really impactful and important in our world right now.
We were presented with a bunch of challenges, but like these challenges, we can overcome them with the skills we learn and like the encouragement of others.
And that's something that's so powerful when your group comes together with a shared experience and a shared mindset here and is able to learn those skills together and then take them back to when they have conflict or challenges, tricky moments together and in their individual lives outside of school.
How to be kind, how to care, how to communicate better. And I feel like these are like social skills that I wouldn't have learned anywhere else. And I'm grateful that I can take those social skills from this camp and to other spaces.
Probably that you can do anything you set your mind to, both like in making friends and in climbing mountains.
No lies, it is hard, and You're definitely gonna second guess yourself, but you know that in the end you will get done with this course, and there will be like this feeling of accomplishment and being proud of yourself that is just gonna last you like your whole lifetime.